Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete. Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is allegedly, but I am convinced that Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete. We're gonna get into it, bro. I got the side by sides, and I'm gonna give you my reason why I believe that Jeffrey, not only that Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete, but they are playing a vicious game on us. And I feel like the Jeffrey Epstein I feel like the Palm Beach Pete thing is number one, their way of gloating and letting us know that, hey, they did this and got away with it. They still running it. The Epstein ring is still going on. So the reason why Epstein people ain't never been busted and the Epstein Island ain't never been busted, number one, because the Epstein Island and the ring still going on. And number two, the majority of people who are that can do the busting are the ones that are guilty. So they can't bust themselves, they can't police themselves. Um, but we're gonna do the side by side, bro. And if you look, when you look at these pictures, you let me know. But when you look at these pictures, bro, bro, Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete, bro. Jeffrey Epstein is Palm Beach Pete. We're gonna let everybody get into the live show. We're gonna do the breakdown and look at the side by side of the face. And bro, nah man. Look at they doing that. What movie that was where the billionaire had faked his debt, and after the billionaire faked his debt, he went around exacting revenge on all of his billionaire friends and all of his the people that did him you know did him dirty, man. Now that ain't no clone. Ain't no clone at all. That's Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all don't believe in that cloning bullshit. You can't clone the soul. White people wish they could clone some shit. They can't clone the only reason why they talking about that clone shit, because if you want to be technical, Caucasians are the clones of black people. Caucasians are the clones of black people. That's what y'all don't understand. The reason why the cloning industry and all of this clone stuff is going around is because actuality, the Caucasians are the clones of blacks. If you look, they have more Neanderthal DNA than us. So, and that's how you clone them, because that's how they was able to clone them, because that's why they have more Neanderthal DNA than us. We have 0.3% Neanderthal DNA. They have a 1 point something to 2 point something percent. I think they got 2% Neanderthal DNA, and we got a 0.3% Neanderthal DNA. This is why they lack a lot of melanin, because the Neanderthal DNA is so high. And believe it or not, in genetics, 2% is a lot in genetics, bro. Go look. 2% is a lot. 0.3% is every point in genetics is counts. Every point in genetic counts. So when you look at Caucasians, the reason why they got thinner lips, the reason why they have thinner hips, the reason why all of these things is because what? They have more Neanderthal DNA. And because they have more Neanderthal DNA, they have more features. They have more primate features, as well as more primal instincts. Primal instincts, y'all got to remember this. They got more primal features, primate features, and primal instincts. So this is why, their women would rather, choose a bear over their guy, because their guy is a fucking beast, right? So you got to understand. Well, I don't. Not all of them. No, not all of them. Not all of them don't. All of them don't lack souls. A lot of them, a lot of them are hybrids as well. But you'll know that through the blood types. The RH types, that's the hybrids. The RH, that's the hybrids. The ABs, that's the ones who got the increased Neanderthal. But when you look at, no, this is scientific fact. Scientific fact that black people, or the so-called black people on the face of the planet Earth, we possess 0.3% Neanderthal, and the so-called Caucasian race on the Earth, they possess like 2% Neanderthal. And that 2% is what makes them go in the sun and get burned, lack melanin in their pigment. And because they lack melanin in their pigment and not able to receive all of those sun signals, what happens? You see a lot of Caucasians, they have all kind of itises, osises, mosis, titises, and lytises when it comes to the genetic diseases and just diseases overall in general. And this is just scientific fact. So this is why, when Dr. Sebi came and tried to heal us, he told us to get on a diet that was more conducive to the 0.3% Neanderthal DNA that was in us. And that was what he called it, the bio-African mineral diet. I like to call it the bio-American mineral diet, because Africa get most of their food from us. Y'all didn't even know that, though. The most of the food that's in Africa is originated in America. And when you go into the Egyptian tombs, and they did the Egyptian tombs, and they did tests on the Egyptians, immediately they seen and tested and saw that I don't want to say the wrong word, and saw that white substance was in their system. They had that, they had that Hannah Montana in their system. They had that Christina Aguilera and that Britney Spears in their system over there in the African tombs and in the sarcophagus, right? Where does that plant originate? In the Americas. So how did these Egyptian pharaohs all test positive for Hannah Montana, and Hannah Montana don't grow naturally over there? I'll tell you how. Because in actuality, over here in America, we are the actual real motherland, and we've been lied to by the Rockefeller education system about where we come from. And this is why they always try to reset us and rewind us back to the 400-year slave story. You never notice that? Every year, they make sure every February, they reset us back into the mind state of the slave story, which I believe to be false. I believe slavery to be false. I believe that black people, we don't need reparations. We shouldn't want reparations. We should want royalties. You know how many black inventions that built America that we're not receiving royalties for, but the other people are receiving royalties? Everybody, all of the North, all of these companies are receiving. You ever wonder where they get all this money from? Y'all never wonder where they get all this money from? From all of the inventions that black people created during their interactions and intertwinings with the Caucasian. And I do believe slavery happened in the form of colonization, but I do not believe that slavery happened in the form of transatlantic slave trade. Okay? The transatlantic, appreciate it, man, appreciate it. The transatlantic slave trade, I believe that's a myth. Okay? There's a bunch of reasons why I believe that's a myth. Okay? The number one reason I believe that's a myth is because you can't transport that many people across the ocean, right? And there not be a big, large, gargantuan trail of evidence. It'll be a trail of evidence, from the boats to the remains of the bones being found in the ocean. Because they say a lot of people, committed suicide during the transatlantic slave trade and jumped over the boat and jumped over the rail of the boats before they decided to be a slave. I don't believe none of that. So think about this too. While they was bringing these particular Africans from Africa to America, what was all the other ones doing while they was waiting for the boats to come back? While they was transport, because remember, you got to remember this. Y'all want me to believe that in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and Amerigo Vespucci and all of these dudes on a good ship Jesus went and sailed and found a Newfoundland. And when they found that Newfoundland, they giant it up and went and kidnapped a whole bunch of African men and women and children, right? And this is what you want me to believe. You want me to believe that happened when they were not even taking a bath yet. Remember, we taught Caucasians how to bathe in the 1500s, around 1555 or so. So you're trying to tell me that these people who didn't even know how to bathe yet had the smarts, intellect, genius, tenacity, and strength, artillery, fighting skills, fighting capability, army. You had to have so many things to pull this off. The resources, the boats, you had to have so many things to pull off the transatlantic slave trade. And in 1400s and in the 1500s, Caucasians didn't even know how to take a bath yet. Stop the madness. You trying to tell me a group of people, aka Gog and Magog, who didn't know how to take a bath yet, was able to orchestrate, plan, plot, strategize, and perfectly execute the transatlantic slave trade, but they didn't even know how to bathe, which caused them and sent them into a what? A dark age. And in that dark age, right? Who liberated them out of the dark age? Who? The Moors. The Moors liberated them out of the dark age, and after the Moors liberated them out of the dark age, they trained them up into the 33rd degree of Moorish science, which y'all now today call Freemasonry, and gave them weapons. Because remember, the Moors are the ones who created guns. While y'all enamored over Smith and Wesson, right? While y'all enamored over the Glock, who created the gun? Black people created the gun. This is why guns are black, right? But who owned all the guns in the gun industry? Not black people. That's not reparations. That's called royalties. We invented the gun, but listen, every single black person that has a social security number, has a birth certificate and a state ID or a driver's license, is supposed to be getting a every week, every month, every bi-weekly or every month check from the government, from all of the money, from the royalties, from all of the inventions from black people that built America. Okay? This is supposed to be happening, bro. This is supposed to be happening. But no, black people want to believe this story that can only be proven in the Rockefeller textbooks. Think about this. Everybody educated in the Rockefeller school system championed this Pan-African or this from Africa story, but there is little evidence to prove that we're from Africa, with a lot of major evidence that show that majority of the things that's going on in Africa was borrowed, plagiarized, and stolen from us. Understand what's going on here. You have to realize that if we don't wake up to the simple truths of being native and original to this land, we will never be able to grasp the complicated truths of why everybody is against us. Everybody is against us because they want our land. This is why they keep telling us to go back to Africa when we're not from there. If we were from there, we would be able to easily trace our lineage from there. But guess what? We all can trace our lineage from here, because we can all meet a black person that say, oh yeah, I got Wooty Woo Indian in my family. Oh, my family is Choctaw, Chippewa, Cherokee, da-da-da-da, Native American, ooh. We got all that. We got all those stories over here. We ain't got no from Africa stories over here, right? And then on top of that, you would think that if we were from Africa, Africans would be the first people to come and unite with us. Why? Because we the ones that got more money than Africa. Even though Africa doing this, even though Africa doing that, who run the world? The so-called African Americans run the world. With what? We run the culture. Without culture, ain't no world, because culture is what? The cult of the world. Culture is the cult of the world. Who runs the cult of the world? Black Americans. The so-called Black Americans. The original melanated Atlanteans, the original melanated Kemites, the original melanated Tamericans and Tameries. the original Indians, the original Native Americans, the original gods and goddesses of the earth. When I say where's the root of the earth? In America. So understanding that with this, because I had to break that down for you before we get into Epstein, because Epstein, that implies that he's a Jew. That implies that he has some kind of Jewish background. The Steins, remember the Frankensteins? They make movies about the Steins all the time. What's that dude from WWE? Steiner? Remember that dude from WWE? Steiner? Huh? Come on, man. Come on, man. We know one thing for certain, and we know two things. We know one thing for certain, and we know two things for sure. The Epstein or the Epstein files are just a distraction, and it distracted us so much that they was able to put Epstein back in front of our face and call himself Palm Beach Pete. He calls himself Palm Beach Pete back in front of our face, and we're distracted with Diddy, we're distracted with Jay-Z, we're distracted with all of these black celebrities, while this white pedophile, this Caucasian Jewish pedophile named Jeffrey Epstein is walking around doing interviews, doing social media, and calling himself Palm Beach Pete, changed his voice a little bit, did a little change voice, and changed his hair from one style from one side to the other, but the face doesn't lie. Let's get into the face card, man. The face card, bro. Let's go into the face card. Sorry. Boom. Let's analyze this, man. If you look at the indent in between. Look at the indent in between his eyebrows. Same indent. If you look at the eyebrows themselves. The right the one the one where they were looking at is his what is his even though it's his left, it's our right. Look at our right. Look at his right eyebrow to our right. Both of the right eyebrows still got that same indenture, right? The left eyebrow still got the same. Now look at the eyelids. Fuck the eyes. Look at the eyelids. He has the same indentures in his eyelids. He has the same indentures in his what? In his mouth lines. The same indenture in his what? In the middle of his nose. The same indentures in his chin. Look at his bottom part of his chin in the middle. Then you see that line right there above the middle. Then you see that line to the right going down. Same chin. Same forehead lining. Look at the forehead. His forehead is identically the same. This is not no Palm Beach Pete. This is Jeffrey Epstein. And so we know that the government lied to us. We know that the government is lying to us. Donald Trump is lying to us. The Democrats is lying to us. We need to do away with government, period. Because both sides lying. Okay? Because both sides claim that Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and it's clearly right here that he's alive. This is a clear evidence that he is alive. That is not no dag nabbit Palm Beach Pete, people. That is not no dang nabbit Palm Beach Pete, man. Look at that. Look at it, bro. Everything is identical the same, especially the indenture in between his eyebrows. It's identically the same. The one on the right, Palm Beach Pete, just have his hair just grown out a little bit more, and his facing and his parted to the left. On the left picture, is parted to the right. That's the only difference. He changed parts. He shaved his face. He shaved his face, and then hold on, man. They got a picture of the real Palm Beach Pete. If you go on Twitter X, you go see the real Palm Beach Pete. The real Palm Beach Pete got unalived, and Jeffrey took his place. The real Palm Beach Pete got unalived, and it looks nothing like Jeffrey. The real Palm Beach Pete got unalived, and it looks nothing like Jeffrey. But this right here, my friends, that's 100%. That's 100% Jeffrey Epstein. That is pure D Epstein. Hold on, I'm about to ask ChatGPT. Is Stein is, I don't know how you spell that. Let me make sure I spell it right. Stein. Stein. Is Stein a isn't Stein a Jewish lineage? Isn't the surname Stein Jewish? Short answer, yes. And the short answer, yes, but not always. Stein, told you, I told you, Stein is a German origin surname, meaning what? Stone. Go get my book. Who is the Black Rock? Who is the Rolling Stone? Who is the Black Cube? The Rolling Stone. Stein means stone. Who is their father? Who is the Jewish God? The Jewish people's God. What is his name? It starts with an S and end with a T. But Stein, remember I told you that Germans and Jews are Jews are Germans and Germans are Jews. They're just different. That's just like light-skinned black folk and dark-skinned black folk. You got dark-skinned black folk, you got light-skinned black folk, and then you got what? You got mixed black folk, right? Then you got albino black people. That's the same thing with the Caucasians. You got this kind of member, but the German is Gog and Magog. There would be two. It's literally the tree. It's literally like a tree. It's two. So on one end, you have the Jewish whites, and on the other hand, you have the Greco-Roman Anglo-Saxon whites, or whatever you like to call it. And within that, you got all the different whites. But the main whites that are battling against each other are the Jews and the Greco-Romans, or the Jews versus the Germans. But wait a minute. You ready? Boom. So Stein is a German origin surname meaning stone. It became common across Central and Eastern Europe, especially in German-speaking regions. Why is it associated with Jewish families? Many Jewish families in places like Germany, Austria, and Poland adopted or were assigned German-style surnames in the 1700s and 1800s. Names like Stein, Goldstein, and Einstein, Rubenstein. Come on, man. These are all industry names right now, man. They got a Goldstein. We know they're a famous Goldstein family right now. Einstein, that's where they come from. So Stein, Goldstein, Einstein, Rubenstein, that's all. I remember I used to shop at Rubenstein's. I used to go get Bally's. Put your Bally's on. Put your Bally's on. Okay, put your Bally's on. So, wait a minute. Let me go back to my picture. All right, boom. So, boom. So, culturally, people often recognize Stein as a Jewish associated surname. But here's the key point. It's not exclusively Jewish. Non-Jewish, listen, ready? Non-Jewish Germans also have the surname Stein. So remember, you got Jewish Germans and non-Jewish Germans. So when you're talking about a Jew, you're talking about a faction of German. He's an ethnicity within the German. I believe that ethnicity is Ashkenazi Jew. And remember the Ashkenazis, aka the Nazis, it's called Ashkenazi. It's called Ashkenazi. So think about it. At the end of the word Ashkenazi is the word Nazi, and though Ashkenazis are Jews. Okay? This is just pure scientific fact. Go this off of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the one giving this information. This is Skynet. So bottom line is Stein equals a German surname. Frequently used as Jewish, yes. Exclusively Jewish, no. So remember, understanding it's not exclusively Jewish, but a lot of Jewish people carry their surname, their German surname of Stein. Okay, so when you're talking about Epstein Island, you're talking about an island where this was going on, and Epstein, his bloodline is either two ways. What? He's either a German or he's either a German or he's either a Jew. Okay, and from what I hear and from what I can recollect, the only real people that get, man, listen, it's some real crazy stuff going on that island, man. That island ain't never stopped. Island boys, remember the Island boys are Jeffrey Epstein's children. You, you don't believe me? Go and type it into the X. Type it into the X app, bro. The Island Boys are Jeffrey Epstein's children. That's why they call themselves the Island Boys. And this is why we see the Island Boys doing incest rituals. Y'all remember when the Island Boys, two twin brothers, or if not two twin brothers, they're very, very, very like 1 year apart or something. And right? And y'all remember when the Island Boys came in and were doing all of the number one, they were doing homosexual rituals, and then number two, they were doing incest rituals, because they're brothers. Y'all don't remember that? We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're not colored. Do 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 do. Give me a kiss, bro. That's what they was doing. They was doing to do because their father, they knew their father was gonna do that. Everybody knew their father was gonna do that. Everybody knew he was gonna be the scapegoat, and the files was gonna be released. Ain't nothing was gonna happen. Nothing. I'm Palm Beach Pete. Oh yeah. Even at the week, even when you are analyzing Palm Beach Pete, once again, y'all, look. That's the thing about age. That's how you know there ain't no clone shit. Ain't no clone. This is Epstein. And if we don't worry about it. The Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother gonna do something about it. You ain't never gotta worry about Epstein, bro. The Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother gonna handle Epstein. The goddess is gonna deal with Epstein. Y'all ain't gotta do nothing. We ain't gotta do nothing. The battle is already won. The end of days is here. I think they got what? How many more days? How many more days? The end of days is near. They got like 15, 14, they got like 15 or 14 days left. And real crazy stuff is about to start happening to this particular world of the body snatchers. They snatching bodies, and most of these bodies are innocent, weak human beings, preferably children and females and little boys and girls and teens and adolescents, and they do all kind of horrible things on these islands so that nobody can hear these kids screaming, bro. That what they're doing, these kids produces loud screams that they and their reptile leaders or their reptile bosses feed off of. Go watch the movie Monsters Inc. And they make the child scream. But how do you make the child really get in screaming mode? What they do the unthinkable to these kids, bro. And when they do the unthinkable to these kids, it produces a loud, fearful scream. That loud, fearful scream gets secreted into the blood. They already know the time, the minutes, and all of that because they done had these kids on all kind of hooked up machines like they show you in the TV shows and the movies. But the thing they don't show you in the TV shows and the movies that they always show you in the TV show and the movie that the hero rescued the children. When in actuality, that's the fantasy part. The real part is majority of these children will never get rescued. And they're saying, oh, these children were rescued, and these children were rescued, and these children. I think that stuff is propaganda, man. I think that is propaganda to keep us distracted from the real children that they trafficking, bro. Because think about this. If you're doing this stuff so much that you're using submarines, you're using helicopters, you're using private jets, you're using all manner of technology to make sure that these things keep going on. You even bought, I used to always wonder that when I was young and coming up. Why, when them dudes get rich, they always go buy themselves an island so that nobody can hear the screams, people. This is why they even named the scary movie Scream. They named the scary movie Scream because that's what them kids be doing on the island. They be screaming. So they got an island, especially at dark. Remember, and when the lights go out in them islands, ain't no street lights. Ain't no street lights. Man, it gets completely pitch black. Them dudes be having military goggles, infrared goggles, following the kids and stuff, got the kids all crazy. Yeah, but they really do, and then they make a movie about it, call it horror, call it a certain genre, call it this or that, and then you go and buy and digest and watch the movie and become desensitized to the actual fact that they just showed you in art form what they do to children. And it is way worse than what they showed you in the movie. The movie is the light work. The movie is the light work. The horror movie, that's the light work. Okay? Understanding. This is crazy. So the great grand holy mother of all divine, the church of the great grand holy mother of all divine, the house of the goddess, the council of the goddess, mother nature, mother earth, great grand holy mother universe, life, karma, all of the sacred feminines, all of the sacred feminine energy has gathered here today. And we are gathered in this place to let all of y'all know the buck stops. The buck stops here. You ain't gotta bring Jeffrey Epstein in jail. Great mother gonna put him in jail, and it ain't gonna be a jail call, and it ain't gonna be the corrupted justice system that they got. It is gonna be the goddess justice, the Justia system. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that the justice system was stolen from the goddess Justia? Go look it up. The Roman goddess Justia. The girl with the blindfold and the scales of Libra. The girl with the blindfold and the scales of Libra and the sword. Come on, man. That's where they get the justice system from. That's why the justice system is corrupted. Why? Because they corrupted the female. And if they done corrupted the female, then the justice system got to automatically be what? Come on, man. So understanding what's going on, this corrupted justice system who allows the child traffickers, human traffickers, pedophile, rapists, racists, Satanists, and necrophiliacs to do all that they do, they have to answer to a higher court. In comes the universal, multiversal, ultraversal, interversal, omniversal, Godversal. All of the verses is now coming, and you can call it the united verses of existence, have all come together to hypothesize, plan, plot, strategize of how they're going to correct this error within the codes of the system of the universal organism you guys like to call the universal motherboard, or I know her to be the great grand holy mother of all divine. Okay? All praises be to the goddess. So understand that what's going on is something way spiritual. Y'all seeing bodies and y'all thinking it's clones. No, y'all don't understand the body contorts to whatever dominating consciousness is in the body. So when you have an evil spirit in your body is going to look evil. Your eyes, all of this stuff is gonna look evil. You're not gonna be able to, they're not gonna be able to look in your eyes. They're not gonna be able to be around you for a long time. They're not gonna be able to talk to you with a coherent talk. Why? Because your high vibration is literally ruining their demonic plot against you. They on demon time, and you on God time. You on goddess time. You on great mother time. You on a soul such a high frequency that it bothers them when you come around. So this is why you got to keep eating right, because your vibration is going to be vibrating Mother Nature. And guess what? And guess what? The malevolent powers that not be can't stand Mother Nature. Why you think there's this war against the trees, these war against the insects, the war against the animals, the war against everything that, remember, these are all spiritual things. These are all spiritual things. And there's a war against all things Mother Nature. You can't do nothing, Mother Nature. You can't grow nothing in your backyard. You can't do nothing that says, hey, all praises be to Mother Nature for giving me these fruit. I want to grow me a tree, a apple tree. Every person should be allowed to at least grow a garden in their backyard. Look at this, what's going on. They don't want us to grow in our backyard. Why? Because when we do that, we commune with Mother Nature. See, when you growing and you planting and you seeding and you reaping and you sowing, that stuff happens to you in real life. So when you eating the fruit and you eating the vegetables raw, uncooked, ain't no fire touch this. The only fire touch this was the rays of Ra, and the rays of Ra shining down upon the earth. And the earth grew and bare every fruit, herb, and seed that you see. That's like the earth's hairdo, grandmother's hairdo, Mother Nature's hairdo. And that's the only fire that touched that, and that's a living fire. So when you bite that apple, it's a living apple. When you bite that orange, it's a living orange. When you bite the fruit straight out of the ground that it come from, and y'all afraid of dirt, let me wash it off. Nah. Eat it with the dirt and get those phytonutrients in the dirt. Do a light rinse off it and keep that dirt on it, man, and get that in your gut, in your geo, in your biome. In your biome, in your gut, and in your genome of your binary code. Because understand that when you eat fruits go straight. Fruits and raw fruits and vegetable juice, alkaline waters, and all of these natural things, teas and herbs and all of these natural things go straight to the DNA and begin to alter the DNA, because literally you are what you eat. Your body literally reconfigures itself constantly, and it uses the things that you eat to regrow itself. How do you think the body keeps self-healing? Everything is here. This is how you know this is also how you know this is a HE double hockey stick zone. Why? Because everything here is designed to unalive us. Everything here is designed to unalive us. So therefore, this has to be where? Y'all know the place. Spell it out with me. You know how to play hockey. You got to use HE double hockey sticks. Don't you got to use HE double hockey sticks to play hockey? Okay, then. And the only thing that gives you a life are things that are electric from the sun. Now, when we were in school, who was the big dog in the solar system? The planets, or those that are considered the planets, or the sun? Last time I checked, the sun had seniority in this particular solar system, just like all of the other suns have seniority in their particular solar systems. And all of these suns have planets revolving around them. Now, wait a minute. I'm not about to get into the debate of the flat, round Earth. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's a moot point. Because whether it's flat or round, you still gotta pay bills tomorrow. Whether it's flat or round, you still gotta go to work tomorrow. Whether it's flat or round, you still gotta go buy you some gas tomorrow. You still gotta get your life together. You still gotta lose the weight tomorrow, whether the earth is flat or round. You still gotta get healthy tomorrow, whether the earth is flat or round. You still gotta make some money tomorrow, whether the earth is flat or round. You still gotta tackle all of the tasks in your life whether the earth is flat or round. So who cares if the earth is flat or round? It is another distraction and a mute point to even argue. I don't even, if a person comes at me and talking about, is the earth flat or round? I already know where your consciousness is at. Why? Because no matter whether it's flat, no matter if it's round, no matter what is good, no matter what is bad, you still got to wake up and live life tomorrow and breathe in and breathe out and see what it's all about. So when you're talking about these people, these aren't people that we're talking about. We're talking about vessels that are filled with archontic forces, demonic forces, angelic forces, fairy forces, gnomes, elves, you name it. These are all spiritual things. And they inhabit the bodies of meat suits, because the rule here in the third dimension is that in order for you to interact with the game in the matrix at this low of a vibration, you're gonna have to interact with it at a what? 2% visible light. Soon as I said 2% visible light, that 2% Neanderthal thing showed up again. What's going on with this 2%? We gotta figure that out, y'all. But when you go into it, remember, that's the duality, 22, master number. We already know all that good stuff, but now it's something deeper. We gotta probe deeper. But in order, see, remember, you have to realize you can't save the children. Why? Because the children ain't yours. That's why you can't save them, because the children ain't yours. The only children you can save is yours. Take away your children's phones and make sure that they grow up having a kinetic energy. What is that? An energy where they were able to deal with people without having to use a screen to do it. We're not talking. You can't save these children. Remember, these children, the only children you can save is your inner child. Remember, it's called saving the children, but you forgot to save your inner child. You forgot. This is why you're not getting up and waking up every day and having and living life to the ultimate fullest, so much so that you are bending the times, you are bending the wheels of the matrix right in front of everybody's face, and it is able to be seen, it is able to be digested, it is able to be copied and pasted into other people's lives so that other people can do it. Each one, teach one, reach one, 100 monkey syndrome. We all ascend. Pop, because all we need is really like 144,000 real hitters, and all the rest of the billions of people could just sit back and chill. All we really need is like 144,000 real hitters, and all of the rest of the beings that's learning at the camp can chill. But we just need 144,000 spirit light warriors to accomplish this feat. We don't even need $250,000. We just need 144,000. 144,000 get you okay. That ain't nothing. Niggas out here going platinum. Now we gonna get 144 million. For 144, nah, great grand holy mother, we're gonna get 144 million. We're gonna get 144 million. That's what we're gonna do, great grand holy mother. That's what we're gonna do, Ajay Shaluga. That's what we're gonna do, Neith. We're gonna get 144 million. 144 million what? 144 million people, 144 million dollars, 144 million chakras, 144 million scholars, 144 million healers. You name it, 144 million. They're gonna be Swiss Army knives. Everybody gonna know how to do everything because the algorithm is picking up so fast with us, y'all. Y'all gotta keep up. The algorithm is picking up so fast, bro, that the people who are still going to sleep off of what they last ate, when they wake up, they miss a whole bunch of timeline shifts. Why? Because they were asleep when the time was shifting. They wasn't up. They wasn't up burning the midnight oil. See, it's those of us who up losing sleep behind this. We're the only ones that's really gonna get this. Why? Because that means we're putting in more time. While you're asleep, we're putting in the time because we sacrificed sleep. We sacrificed Key and Peele. We sacrifice the sleep so that we can understand the wisdom of the witching hour. We sacrifice the sleep so that we can understand the triple understanding, the triqueta, right? We had to understand, but the only way you can understand that is what? Between 12 and 3. And you gotta be woke for that. You can't be asleep for that. But guess what? The majority of people are asleep for that. Why? Because they had, right before that, they had got them something to eat for that. And then a lot of them got to go to work in the morning, so they gonna all the way miss it, right? So you got to understand. It said in the blink of an eye. I believe that blink of an eye gonna be like the wee hours between 12 and 3. That's just an assumption, you know. Call it a lucky guess. The wee hours between 12 and 3, something crazy gonna happen to the earth, and we all gonna have to. We all gonna have to. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Ooh, boy, we gonna be so lit. We gonna be so lit. We gonna be outside. We gonna be outside. All chakras activated. All praises be to the goddess. We gonna, man, it's gonna be a revolution, evolution, devolution. What? A devolution? What is a devolution? With greater levels come greater devils. You think just because you make it into the 5th dimension, the 5th dimension, they ain't got 5th dimensional devils waiting on you? Huh? You think they ain't got 5D demons? Nigga, you think demons is only subjected to 3 and 4D? Oh, so you think when you get to the ascension, it ain't gonna be some greater battles you gotta face because now you done leveled up and your opponent, just like on the Matrix, whenever Neo levels up, so does Agent Smith. Whenever Agent Smith levels up, so does Neo. The bad guy, look, the bad guy that leveled up, the good guy gotta level up. Why? Because it's called balance, and Mother Nature must have her growth. And it is proven through her science, it is proven through her story that Mother Nature's Mother Nature's growth comes through balance. So you got to understand what's going on. So when cause everybody say, oh man, everybody always talking about, oh, the evil people, they got all the money, they got all this, they got all that, be patient. Be patient. Because with new levels, there's new devils. So if the devil can't raise the level, if God didn't allow that level to be raised, and the devil can't even raise the level unless God raised the level. So understand, when God raised the level, the devil raises the level. So the reason why? Because this is called balance. And when you balance the playing field, the foundation of the root of the trees, the foundation of the root of the grass, the foundation of the root of the plant life can grow properly. Why? Because think about it, no seed can grow in an improper, chaotic soil. The seed has to incubate in the soil, and the soil has to cradle the seed, and the seed has to grow through the soil. Hopefully it don't get ate by the and not hopefully it don't hopefully it makes it through, right? Because sometimes that soil be harsh. So hopefully it makes it through and gets his head above soil. And when it gets his head above soil, that's when the real game begins. Why? Because now the sun is feeding them, and now they're growing. And they got what? They got creatures that need them and won't eat them. So understanding, when you are putting the game together, you have to put the game together in the form of weight, knowing the truth. The truth of this matrix hack is that everything about this matrix hack comes from the 6th planet from the sun, right? He was demoted into a planet. And understand that all male religions are plagiarized and stolen from the original religion of the planet, the original religion of the universes, the original religion of the multiverses has been and always will be the sacred feminine. The goddess came before the God. No, man. Man came out of woman's rib, not the other way around, homie. Just sweet. Listen, all they did was invert the story. All they did was pervert the story. All they did was invert and pervert the story. If you get, it's not 66 books, it's 67, it's 67 books. 6 plus 7 is 13, the hidden house. But remember, the New World Order is upon us, and now the hidden house is open. And the second house is now the hidden house. The 13th house is open now. And remember, I already gave y'all the New World Order and the new Zodiac Council. So understand, y'all got to keep up what's going on. I gave y'all the new zodiac signs and the new houses that the signs are assigned to. So the signs have been assigned. Sorry, hold on. Weed frog in my throat. So the signs have been assigned to new houses. Sagittarius is in the first house. The second house is hidden. I told you on my birthday I will reveal the name of the second house. Where I'm gonna get my once again I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna make a meme. Not a meme. I'm gonna make the diagram and I'm gonna show you. But the new houses, the new houses of the zodiac have changed. Y'all been too sleep going to work to realize it though. The new houses of the zodiac have changed. So the first house is Sagittarius now, and y'all don't even realize that. Capricorn is in the 7th house. Aries is in the 6th house. Huh? What? Come on, man. Let's talk some sports. Capricorn is in the 7th house, and Aries is in the 6th house. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Y'all ain't get it though. I'm about to get my hold on, I'm about to get my whatchamacallit. I'm about to go get my book so I could give y'all the accuracy on the houses back. I'm gonna give you the accuracy on the houses. I'm about to go get my book real quick. You dig? I'll be right back. Hold on. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. In the name of the great grand holy mother of all divine. Sara, 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 Ishandro Boshetaya, Ishandro Boshetaya, Sara, Sara. Yeah, I got my people on it right now. I'm looking for my book right now. I gotta go check all my. Gotta go check all my rooms. I don't know which room I left it in. But it's coming. I don't know which room I left it in. But yeah, man, I read that the other day. The New World Order. I told you the New World Order. It happens in the spirit world first before it happens in this. Before it plays out in this microcosm, it happens in the macrocosm. So understand what's about to happen. The New World Order is a spiritual refresh. Y'all call it a reset, but no, it's a spiritual refresh because those who are prepared, those who are ready, they are elevating themselves, elevating those who are around them, elevating their vibration, elevating their finances, elevating their health, elevating their wealth, elevating all of the things that they want to go right in life because we all want things to go right for us in life. You know, who want things to go left? Does anybody want things to go left right now? No. See, everybody's scared of the left because everybody want things to go right, but they don't understand what's going on. So, salute. You feel me? Salute. I'm about to find my book. And my book is somewhere in one of my rooms, and she about to bring it to me in a minute. But not getting sidetracked, not getting sidetracked. Just look at this one more time, bro. Just look at this one more time with Jeffrey. That's dude, bro. That ain't no dag nabbit Palm Beach Pete, man. That is Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. And then look at all of the other things that happened. Remember his TikTok. He had a verified TikTok just popped up out of nowhere. Who the most people that be on TikTok, everybody? Who the most people that be on TikTok? Kids. And all of a sudden, the Jeffrey Epstein TikTok popped up and had like almost 1 million followers in a day. And I was like, what the world? And it was a verified check TikTok. And I'm like, what the world is going on? And then you look, that's him. And no slick, look at the intentions. No, look, compare facial feature to facial feature. Look at the indent above his right eye. Look at the indent. It's in between. It's in between his nose. Remember the age lines. Here you go right here. The age lines. Let's look at you ready? Look at his nose. You can see it in the nose right there. Look at both nostrils are the same. Both indents in the forehead, right there in between the eye, the third eye, are the same. Both forehead hairliners are the same. It's just one is to the right and the other one is to the left. Both of both of the indents in at his upper lip are the same. His lips are identical. Look at the thinning of the lips, identical. Look at the age line and the chin, identical. Look at the age line in the chin, identical. Look at the right there, right next to the line. Give me the right here. Right next to the line. Uh, you'll see it right there. Then look at the bottom of the chin, the indenture at the bottom of the chin. If you look at the ears, same stuck to the head ears. Also, remember the hair. Same hair. Okay, so this is just a side op, bro. I believe this is just for entertainment purposes only. I believe in my conspiracy theory mind. I believe that this Jeffrey Epstein, Palm Beach Pete, are one and the same person, simply doing a facial comparison. And the facial comparison, and you go look, even Grok and the AIs say, "Hey, man, that's Jeffrey." And what's going on with all these people named Jeffrey? You ever wonder that? You ever wonder that? Because they got a lot of people in the industry named Jeffrey. And Jeffrey is just like, and Jeffrey is like the butler, right? But even Young Thug named Jeffrey. I was like, damn, yeah. And then really Jeffrey is really like what? Godfrey, right? Godfrey and Jeffrey is like synonymous almost, right? So hold on, let me go, let me give y'all y'all make sure y'all log this in, bro. So the first house, Sagittarius has the first house. The second house is hidden. It will be revealed. It will be revealed shortly on my birthday. It will be revealed on my birthday. The third house is Virgo. Virgo got the third house. Fourth house is Aquarius. The fifth house is Gemini. The sixth house is Aries. The seventh house is Capricorn. The eighth house is Taurus. The ninth house is Cancer. The 10th house is Libra. The 11th house is Leo. The 12th house is Pisces. And the 13th house is Scorpio. The new world order house, the once hidden house that is now open. And the second house has become hidden. The second house will be revealed on April 12th, 2026. April 12th, 2026, the hidden house will be revealed. Yeah, man, that's the new world order. So you're going to see a lot of things manifest in life that are going to mimic that order. Um, a lot of uh, liquidation has happened in the spiritual world. Um, there has been a complete 100% change of the guard in the spiritual world. Trust me, it's going to manifest and come in this physical world. Y'all about to see it come, and it ain't going to be long. It ain't going to be long. I'm telling you, it's not going to be long. It's going to be, everything going to be revealed on April 12th, 2026. We're going to get into some sports. April 12th, 2026, my original birthday. You know I got 2 birthdays, right? You know I got 2 birthdays, right? Right? Remember, this time magic is crazy. I got 2 birthdays, man. I ended up with 2 birthdays. Guess what that means? I better be doing some what? Reversal of the clock. I better be reversing the clock. So remember that, y'all. Write that down. That's the new world order as it pertains to the zodiac. We're gonna see, man, because we don't know what life is like without the moon yet. We haven't experienced life without the moon yet. At least I had, at least in this physical body, I haven't. So I know, hey, so some big things is about to happen, man. Some big things is about to happen, man. Just get ready. I'm letting you know, man. I'm letting you know, man. All praises be to the goddess. All praises be to the great grand holy mother of all divine, man. These people did this right in front of our face, and we did nothing but make videos. Well, I told you, you ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't making no videos. I'm doing more than making videos. I'm stepping in the name of the goddess. I'm stepping in the name of the great grand holy mother. I'm stepping in the name of the Holy Spirit, sacred feminine. I'm stepping. Bruh. You feel me? Why? Because at the end of the day, they the one that liberated me from the hell that I was in. They the one that took me from nothing to something. They the one that put they all into me, and I promised, and I put my all into it, into them, into everything that they got going on. And they chose me. And so I'm God is chosen, bro. And I'm so proud to be God is chosen, bro, because a lot of things, ever since I've been walking the path of the goddess, ever since I've been walking the path of the great grand holy mother, ever since I've been walking the path of the goddess Ajay Shalugan, they've been teaching me, molding me, and shaping me into who I see myself in, who I see myself into. But then when you go into their plan for me, it's like, wait a minute, they see something better in me and better for me than even I myself can see. And as a young God man on earth, man, it is amazing to experience this sacred feminine energy at such a high level, so much so that I'm manipulating the algorithms of time. And we're gonna break down the time, right? We're gonna break down the time, man, because they got us into the time. Now, I'm gonna do a quick little breakdown on it for you real quick. So boom, here goes, I don't know if you put it together yet, but here it goes. This is how you know that we are we are literally held bound by time. Ready? Boom. T-I-M-E. Time. It is the clock. If I take the C off of clock, I got lock. So we know that time was meant to lock something. And in Islam, they're like, what up, I don't know. And then somebody knock on your door, and it's just be like, I don't know, right? So boom, T-I-M-E. But then if I arrange it, I got item. Just look around you. All of these items in your life right now. All of these things all of these items are designed to steal your time or give you more time so that you can have an advantage over people who ain't got enough time. This is how the game going, bro. Oh, bro. When I figured it out, I said, I gotta tell everybody this, bro. This is how it's going, bro. We are living in a time matrix. It is from what the goddess has revealed to me, from what the great grand holy mother has revealed to me. We can either lose time or we can gain time. But there is no in between at this level. There is no in between at this level. We can lose time or gain time. How do you lose time? By being distracted by the wrong items. By being distracted by items, period. Items are the distraction that steals your time. Now, different items take different amount of time to interact with. But these interactions that you're having with these items are taking, that's why it's called take your time. They say give you time. Let me take my time and do it. Let me take. When it comes to time, time is the taker. But they never taught you how to gain time. They never taught you how to gain time because they had us too distracted by the itemization of time. We're too distracted by the itemization of time, and now that turn when you're distracted by the itemization of time, you become a what? You become a mite. M-I-T-E. So wait a minute, it started with T-I-M-E, and then the I-T-E-M turns you into an M-I-T-E. But wait a minute. These are all parts of the game that you have to realize. And if you are on the path of the goddess, you're going to have to know how to gain time. Because if not, the clock is going to eat you away anyway, like the clock is doing right now while you're on the hamster wheel. But the only difference is when you walk the path of the goddess, you got a chance to gain time. And gain time, this is when you're looking more youthful. This is when you are able to achieve your most. You got the most energy. You're taking the most supplements. You're on your greatest diet. You're on your greatest discipline. You're on your greatest exercise. You're on your greatest practicing what you love. You're on your greatest self-sacrifice. You're on your greatest healing. You're on your greatest detoxing. You're on, man, everything, bro. And the list goes on and on and on. All praises be to the great grand holy mother. All praises be to the goddess, bro. I promise you, I asked the great grand holy mother to take me out this street life, bro. And she took me out the street life. And she said, no, man. And when I finally got out the street life, guess what happened? She said, I put you through all that because you're gonna need those skills for what I'm about to put you through next. And I said, ooh, that's why you made me into a cold soldier. She said, yeah, you my cold soldier. So hot that you're cold. So when the goddess chose me, it's like nothing I ever felt. They all chose me. I choose you. Babe. They all chose me. They said, here you go. Here you go, Daddy. We believe in your vision. We see what you got going on. We see what you about to do we feel your intention. We feel, we can, man, listen, we know your ways are not their ways. We know your thoughts are not their thoughts when it comes to when it comes to she. We know, we know your love for us. And so they're allowing me to represent them, and I'm going to represent them right. You already know. You know I'm going to represent them right. Because guess what? And it don't matter if it go left. I'm still going to represent them right. Even if it go left, I'm going to represent them right. They already put me through the test. They already put me through the gauntlet. They already gave me the infinity gauntlet. They already don't have me to Thanos snap. I can't see. Wait. Don't have me to Thanos snap on you. Don't have me to infinity. Doom, doom. That have it. Ooh, ooh. Don't have me to do the snap on you, bro. Don't have me to snap on you. Snapple. Don't have me to hit you with the snapple. Hold on, man. Somebody in the comments said that Kanye West is a sellout. What made you say that, bro? Why you think Kanye West is a sellout, bro? Why you think Kanye West is a sellout, brother? You heard me? Put y'all comments in the comment section. Somebody just said, I want to show you so you think I ain't crazy. Somebody said right here, as you can see, but somebody said that Kanye West, that's not West, Kanye is a sellout. Why you said that, Joey? Why Joey said that? The best time spent is listening to, yeah, nah, man, the best time spent, the best time spent, you ready? The best time spent is activating your chakra and feeling the electricity and the magnetism flow from head to toe, the goosebumps, all on infinite, the light, the kundalini traveling up the spine into the realms of your what? Your reptilian complex, as well as the full cortexes of your brain spaces. Bro, literally when you activate your chakras, you can feel your brain. What is a nigga talking about? No, you can feel your brain healing. You can literally feel your mind healing. You can feel all of the bad memories. You can feel it healing. You can feel all of the trauma healing. But you have to have a little focus and concentration to be able to activate your chakras and navigate your body and activate your chakras. If you are easily distracted, scatterbrained, I don't know if you're going to be able to activate your chakras, because you have to have focus. That's life commandment number 4. Life commandment number 4 is focus. That's crazy. Four focus. Forward focus. Life commandment number 4 is focus, bro. Do you do? Oh man, see you coming with the see the disrespectful stuff, bro. See the disrespectful stuff, bro. The disrespectful stuff, bro. I let y'all get away with the disrespectful stuff, bro, because you only hurting yourself by saying such damning words to your own spirit. What's wrong with y'all, man? Hey, Doc, how do you deal with lust? How do you deal with lust? Number 1, you change your diet and you exercise. You have to change your diet. The reason why you lust is because you ain't got no pussy. You ain't getting no bitches. This is why, listen, Q Man said, I'm just showing you. He said, the reason why you lust. How do you deal with lust? Sorry. Not the reason why. Sorry. He said, how do you deal with lust? Okay. How do you deal with lust? Number 1, you change your diet and you exercise. What that's going to do, changing your diet is going to help you lose whatever weight you need or help you gain whatever weight you need. And exercising is going to sculpt your physique so that you don't have to really worry about lust. Females will lust over you. You won't have to lust over females. Females will lust over you. But the reason why you lust over females because you don't know how to get no females. And why you don't know how to get no females? Because you probably ain't got no swag. Probably don't look that good. If you look good, you wouldn't even have that question. You wouldn't have that problem. You wouldn't be lusting. You already been seen will come with that demon. You already been seen will come with that demon. But you ain't never really had no bitches for real. That's why you lust after them. Because when you have females for real, you don't lust after them like that. Because you know that's the last thing that'll ruin you. That'll ruin you, lusting behind females. Many people are in jail or unalive, X'd out because they couldn't control their lust over females. Because remember, this is how you know that the sacred feminine energy is the source goddess. Why? Because so many men have gone above and beyond the call of duty. Way more than women. I ain't saying women haven't done it, but men have done it way more than women. Men have gone above and beyond the call of duty to extinguish life forms in the name of she. Men have gone above and beyond the call of duty, taking lives after lives just so that they can feed her. So what are you talking about? Right now, they throwing dollar after dollar at her in the strip club. It's safe to say who run the town. It's safe to say who run the town. They millionaires off of OnlyFans because you dudes don't know how to get no chicks. You dudes don't know how to get no chicks out here. The first way you're supposed to get a chick, bro, you're supposed to have a look about yourself that makes a chick attracted to you, bro. And whenever a chick is attracted to the look that you are presenting, you make sure that you politic with that chick. And you're gonna be able to know the signs. Why? Because you know how you look, you know what it took for you to work out and get that physique, you know what it looked, you know what it took. You know what it took. So you're gonna have confidence in yourself. And that confidence is gonna make you be able to talk to a female. And you're gonna know the difference between you lusting off a female and a female lusting off of you. So you gotta work yourself into a state where a female can lust off of you. Get your mind, you ready? Get your mind right, get your body right, get your spirit right, get your what? Man, come on, bro. Get your emotions right. Get all that shit right. And I guarantee you, you're not gonna be lusting on females. Why? Because you knew what it took to get yourself to the level where females are lusting off of you. All right? For sure. Divine Shorty said, what about them Europeans? What about them? What about them? I pray that the great grand holy mother of all divine, you know, save the ones who she sees fit to save. Because, you know, they are at an apocalyptic Armageddon moment in life. And anybody who is, no matter what race, color, creed, religion that you are, anybody who is aligned with the lower frequencies will be left behind. The world is about to shift really fast, and that shift is going to drastically change the world for the better. And that drastic change for the better is going to be a blessing for the people who are already prepared for it, and a curse to the people who weren't prepared for it. It's gonna be a blessing to the people who prepare for it. And how you get prepared for it? Already getting to the tasks. Already, I told you, man. Ready? This is how you prepare for it. Think positive, right? After you think positive, you're gonna make sure you listen. After you listen, you're gonna make sure you what? Pay attention. Stay focused. You're gonna be patient. You're gonna make sure you carry that belief. Make sure you believe in yourself, because ain't nobody gonna be able to get this done but you, so you better believe in yourself. You understand? Make sure you have faith. Make sure you love. Make sure you activate your chakras. And make sure you manifest the destiny and outcome that you want through the goddess and the great grand holy mother. Make sure you acknowledge the goddess. Make sure you acknowledge the great grand holy mother in all that you do, because the time is upon the world where the judgment day is here. The judgment day is here. Take the T off of judgment, and I got judgment. The day that man shall be judged by who? By the counsel of the goddess. I keep telling you, men are about to be judged upon the face of the planet Earth, and the counsel of the goddess have already judged them already. You just didn't feel it in the physical world yet. They've already been judged. If you want to survive the judgment, you're going to have to prepare now, so that when 2028 hit, you're going to be like, he sure did say that, and I sure did listen. And boy, I'm glad I listened, because boy, the meek shall inherit the earth in 2028. The exact date, I don't know yet. I got to keep traveling down the timelines to see. But I'll know soon. Yeah, man. And it's about to get real flashy. Like, yeah, great grand holy mother. Yeah, great grand holy mother got her own private jet. Yeah, great grand holy mother got her own Rolls Royce wrapped in great grand. Yeah, great grand holy mother wrapped Rolls Royce wrapped ghost wrapped wraith. Great grand holy mother Bugatti and stuff. Great grand holy mother mansion and compound and stuff. Yeah, great grand holy mother temples and homes and church of the great grand second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, umpteen church of the great grand holy mother all across the globes. Great grand holy mother in Africa, great grand holy mother in across the globes, across the multiverse, across the interverse, across the universe, across the ultraverse. The goddess everywhere. Church of the great grand holy mother everywhere. Goddess Ajay Shalaluga everywhere. Holy Spirit Neith everywhere. Great grand holy father Ra everywhere. Polytheism everywhere. I don't care. Listen, whatever you do with the monotheism, that's on you. I'm just here to promote the polytheism of the goddess. The polytheism of the goddess. And a real man you can't even serve. You can't even truly serve the goddess unless you're equipped to handle more than one. Ain't that a blip? Ain't that a blip? Certain people ain't even eligible yet. But here goes some advice, bro. Give you some advice. If you're not bought, if you're not, rainbow booty boy, if you still have your soul and you haven't sold it to Saturn or any kind of Saturnian deity, you will want to get with the goddess, you will want to get with the great grand holy mother, you will want to go get the book, The Great Black Mama of Creation. Go get the book, The Great Black Mama of Creation. Learn about the Great Grand Holy Mother. Learn about the goddess. I'm about to read a page, man. Matter of fact, how many pages got before? Let me see. We're going to go, all right, 1 through 55. Somebody pick a page, 1 through 55. We about to read a page. We about to read a page of the Great Black Mama of Creation. There's only 55 pages, dog. It's only 55 pages, Brody. The Great Black Mama of Creation. And then we're gonna read a page out of that Black Cube Codex. Pick a number 1 through 55, any number 1 through 55, and we're gonna read that page in the Great Black Mama of Creation. You feel me? But how everybody doing out there, man? These people playing the game. Listen, if we let this Palm Beach Pete Epstein thing slide, bro, it ain't gonna be. Don't worry about it. Great Mother ain't about to let it slide. Justice is at hand. somebody said 25. 25, we're gonna go in the bed. We're gonna go in the blue. 25. Okay, here we go, y'all. Labyrinths originally surrounded Kemet's pyramids, for the pyramids signified the divine center point eye of creation, Mama's womb, similar to the dark nucleus of the cell, which mirrors the cosmos, and the top view of the pyramid resembles the labyrinth. Originally, the labyrinth signified entering Mama's cosmic womb for birth and rebirth. They also signified a journey into and out of Mama's earth womb. Hence, were often found or depicted at the entrance of caves, womb symbols. Okay? In ancient Black Egypt, this labyrinth was synonymous with the Amente, or the Amenti, right? Sorry, not the Amente, the Amenti, right? Amen with a T-I on it. T-I, oh shit. Hey, wait a minute. The sinuous path taken by the dead on their journey from death to resurrection. The labyrinth is also an ancient walking meditation tool. Told you, bro, activating your chakras is the walking, man. The walking meditation, bro. To walk the labyrinth is to journey to the center of your being. Once you reach the center, you are known to be in union with the Creator. There is a big difference between a maze and a labyrinth. A labyrinth has only one path. The path by which you enter it is the same path by which you exit. You can never get lost in a labyrinth. A maze has many paths and dead ends. You can totally get lost and confused in a maze. Boom. Okay? And Francis Chartres Cathedral has a pavement of labyrinth, a labyrinth pavement right here. As you can see right here. Boom. And you can see right there, that's a labyrinth. This is what a labyrinth looks like, right? And this is one of the churches in France. It's one of the Catholic churches in France. Got a labyrinth on the floor. Okay? So, and where they got that from? They got that from who? The great grand holy mother of all divine in the womb. But let's keep reading. Look, the swastika, labyrinth, and serpents are three forms of the same thing. The swastika, the labyrinth, and the serpent are three forms of the same thing. Okay? Oh, wait, I ain't reading it. All three point to time, which is the circle, the cycle, really a spiral. The whirling great mama is the mother goddess of time. I told you, the mother goddess of time, rotator of the cosmos, which is even called the universe, the verse. Remember, verse is synonymous with her, right? This is the V. Remember, the V is the what? The vajayjay. And the vertebrae. Remember, your vertebrae is feminine. The vertebrae. And your world. Remember, the world, like the whirlwind, right? Spinning in the world, meaning to turn, to revolve. This is why I believe the earth is revolving, because the great grand holy mother is the great revolver, the smoking revolver. Okay? As Mama Neith, goddess of time. She was past, present, and future. All that has been, that is, and that will be. So famous was the description of her that the Christians copied it and attributed it to their pale-faced Lord, Yahweh. Her arch symbol, as the swastika, is a geometric icon for the labyrinth as a whole, both being a type of spiraling serpent. In fact, the swastika can be viewed as two symbolic serpents crossing over one another, the serpent being universally associated with the great goddess in the ancient religion. That serpentine river of four heads in Genesis 2 and 10 through 14 likely signifies the swirling serpentine swastika of the four arms. Two of its arms even compassed the whole land of Havilah and Ethiopia. Genesis 2, 11 and 13, 11 and 13. Found all in the cultures of the ancient world, the swastika personifies, represents time as the two major spectacular celestial rotations of the Poliac, aka the zodiac. The Poliac, or rotation of the North Pole constellations, and zodiac, or rotation of the constellations at the ecliptic Earth's projected equator. Polar-wise, the swastika represents the four positions of the Big Dipper rotating around the North Star. This rotation forms the pattern of a swastika when charted 4 times a year, that is, every 13 weeks. Solar-wise, the swastika represents the zodiac's 4 quarters, which are marked by the 2 equinoxes and the 2 solstices. But if I keep telling you, you go deeper in this magic, it's fire, earth, air, and water. Okay? So understanding this is where they get, so understanding, I told you they're stealing your time. Why? Because as long as, if you're focused on the great grand holy mother, if you're focused on the goddess, you gain time. Great mother gives life. She is the eternal life giver. Why do you think plants can live so long? Human beings can live as long as trees if we wanted to, if we got our act together. If we got our act together, the human beings can live as long as the trees. The first way we got to get our act together is what? We are what we eat. You guys are literally remade Coca-Cola, remade high fructose corn syrup, remade cookies, pies, cakes, and junk food, because our cells recreate and reform us every day. And it uses what we eat to do it. This is why they say you are what you eat. So understanding, this is, let he who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for his number is man, and his number is 666. Remember, that's our lower nature. Our higher nature is 999, right? And our intuitive nature is 333. See, y'all ain't ready for this abundant wealth of knowledge and wisdom that the goddess has flowing through me at the moment right now. and understand she is the eternal all. She is the source of the beginning, the source of the end. She is not the alpha. She is not the omega. She is not the beginning. She is not the end. She is the source of the beginning. She is the source of the end. She is the source of the alpha. She is the source of the omega. She is the source of the beta. She is the source of the theta. She is the source of the delta. She is the source of the phi, the alpha, the kappa. You can't name a sorority and a fraternity that didn't get birthed by the mother. You can't name an institution of male aliveness that doesn't owe its origin to the sacred feminine womb. So we're gonna get into this Saturn. We're gonna get into this Saturn, man. Pick a number 1 through 181. 1 through 181. 1 through 181, and we're gonna get it in, man. We're gonna read a piece out of the Black Cube Codex. We're going to read a piece out of the Black Cube Codex, man. All praises be to the great grand holy mother of all divine. All praises be to the goddess Ajay Shaluga. All praises be to the great goddess Neith. It's your time, Neith. Get it together. It's your time, Neith. Prepare. Prepare. It's going down. Somebody said 100. Somebody said 40. Somebody said 100. Somebody said 48. Somebody said 88. Somebody said 100. I'm gonna give y'all the game, and then somebody said 100, man. Somebody said 100. You ready? Let's go. What this talking about? What we talking about? Hold on. The sixth chakra. The sixth chakra is your third eye, right? It's the ready? Saturn hijacked your sixth chakra. Hijack your sight. The third eye, the seat of intuition, the clarity and perception. But under Saturn's system, it's targeted by what? The first thing, screens. These screens are designed to steal our time. This is not in the book. This is me elaborating. These screens are designed to steal our time. But remember, in football, they got to throw you a screen. And when you throw you a screen, what? Somebody got to block in order for the person to run around. That's the same thing Saturn doing, keeping us from our inner going in our insides because we stuck scrolling on the screen and the screen steals time. But guess what? We could have been using that time to focus on the goddess, and the goddess gives you time. When you focus on the great mother, the great goddess Neith gives you time. She is the weaver of time and fate. I tell you this all the time, right? So wait a minute. Ready? So screens, ritual symbols. Y'all already know about the symbolism. Subliminal codes. Y'all already know about these subliminal codes they put in these algorithms. Spiritual bypassing. You already know that they're trying to get you locked in the realm of the mind, locked in the realm of the emotion, or locked in the realm of the body because they don't want you incubating in the realm of the spirit, because when you incubate in the realm of the spirit, you're going to what? You're going to grow. And when you grow, you're going to see the matrix for what it is. And you're going to say, oh, wow, he was right. Food does slows me down. Oh, wow, he was right. As soon as I stopped eating food, my life did get an increase. But before my life got an increase, I had to go through the withdrawals. And I see the demon and how bad I wanted to eat when I told myself, no, I couldn't eat. And I said, I'm not going to eat. And my demon was going, oh, man, come on, man, just go get you something to eat. But wait a minute. Self, why are you talking to me like this, like a junkie? Self, why are you talking to me like a junkie? This not yourself, nigga. This your ego, nigga. Go get you something to eat, nigga. This is the archon of gluttony, nigga. Go get you something to eat right now. Go get you something to eat right now. And boy, I seen it and I said, oh, shit. Food is his secret weapon. Because everybody on the globe gotta eat. Huh? Everybody on the globe gotta eat. And boy, oh boy, when I started to discipline that appetite, bon appetit. Bon appetit. Soon as I got, man, bro, so that food bypasses your spiritual enliftment. Why? Because food make you weighty. When you're weighty, you don't have enough room for spiritual flow data. Remember, spirit is data for the mind to interpret and translate it to the emotion so that the body can act it out. Woo! Uh-huh. Spirit is the data that the mind interprets so that the emotions can feel it and so that the body can act it out. That's how that goes. Mind analyze spiritual data. A lot of the majority of spiritual data is analyzed within the subconscious mind while you're sleeping. This is why you have rapid eye movement in your dreams, right? Because your rapid eye movement is actually your brain processing all of the data and all of the things that you went through for the day and all of the past days, and it's processing and prioritizing how it's about to shape your new morning and your reality, right? So if you had all kind of good interactions that day and you go to sleep with good interactions, but see, I got cheat codes. What do you do while you're asleep? And boom. And so you got the cheat codes going on while you're sleeping. And while you got the cheat codes going on while you're sleeping, boom, and you waking up to perpetually optimistic days, guess what starts to happen? Your brain starts to find more ways for you to be an optimist. Your brain starts to find more ways for you to be rich and wealthy. Your brain starts to find more ways for you to see the goddess in everything. Your brain, the goddess begins to communicate with you. The goddess begins to minister to you. The goddess begins to speak to you. The goddess begins to do for you. The goddess begins to demand from you. The goddess begins to what? The goddess begins to mold you, shape you. Because last time I checked, don't nobody do it better than mama. But we get back into it. The hex of his cube tries to invert your inner vision. So you mistake law for God, repetition for wisdom, and fear for safety. You're not blind. You have been hexed into you have been hexed into two sites. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There are two ways to view the world. You can view the world from the perspective of the taste, touch, see, smell, hear way, or you can view it from the I see dead people way, like on Ghost. You got to be able to see beyond the physical. Okay? Understanding that none of us are blind. We are just sleeping because we're under hypnosis, because last time I checked, there's a god called Hypnos. And Hypnos, right, put you under sleep. Okay, all right, but wait a minute. Number 9, Saturn's six-face authority system. In every situation, he has government, religion, medicine, education, finance, and science. You see a six-face system of experts, titles, rules, forms, ranks, and rituals. Each one claims to know better. Together they form Saturn's global hexagram of control. You're boxed in not physically, but ideologically. We are boxed in ideologically. Look, when you go buy your food, don't they come in a box? They told you to think outside of the box. Is the fruit, ain't the apple outside of the box? Ain't the carrot outside of the box? What's up, Doc? Ain't the fruits and vegetables outside of the box? They told you think outside of the box. But guess what? Your favorite cereal is inside of the box. Your favorite processed food is inside of the box or in a plastic package that's shaped like a square. But they told you to think outside of the box. They told you you better go get them bananas. You better go get the stuff that can't really be boxed. Come on, man. Told you think outside of the box. Okay, so you're not. But I beg to argue with myself. I beg to argue with myself that we are also physically boxed in. We're physically boxed in because we are ideologically boxed in. Because because our ideas and our ideologies are box cube thinking, we produce box cube creations, box cube copy and paste replications. And we live in, come on, think about it. Everybody's home is just a different size square foot. Everybody's homes is a different size square foot. And we all live on a block that has a street or a road or a court or some type of thing that identifies a road, right? Understanding this, right? So boom, somebody had said that was 100. That was 100. Somebody said 48. We're gonna get to 48 real quick. We'll get to 48 real quick, man. Like, Doc be really dropping that now. I wrote a book on this, bro. I wrote a book on this. I'm an expert on this, bro. I'm an expert on this. You understand? I wrote a book on it. It's because, ready? It's because indoctrination starts early. When I delivered my son out the womb, guess what? I gave him tummy time. I gave him tummy time. What? Not even 12 hours out the womb, he was on tummy time. Not even 12 hours out the womb, my son was on tummy time. And umbilical cord attached to him while it was in the bowl. On tummy time, not even 12 hours, not even 12 hours in. My girl had that thing all natural. Healed herself back up all natural. And did you know she fasted the whole pregnancy? The whole look at, she fasted the whole pregnancy. And my son right now is only 30 days old, and he wears 3-month-old clothes. And she fasted daily, intermittent fasted daily while pregnant, had it all natural, and healed herself back with all natural nothing, and healed herself back, and going right back to farm, gut leaving and everything. Bro, we are living life wrong. I promise you we living life wrong. All praise be to the God, she got me living life right now. But the majority of you watching this are living life completely wrong if you're not centered and rooted in the goddess. So 48 and 88. 88 gonna be my last one. 88 gonna be my last one. So it starts early. It starts early. So in the womb, I was programming my child. But in the wombs here, the matrix is programming the child. Wow. Because the woman is matrix minded, box thinker. And because she eats out of the box, she gets her, box set on her nails. It's box thinking all the way. Guess what? That transfers into the womb. And that fetus is being programmed unbeknownst to the female. Or beknownst to the female. Some females are that evil that they'll program a child in the womb evil and do all kind of hateful things and send all kind of hateful signals to their child because they're trying to raise a evil child. I've seen it. Can't tell me what I have. So you're not just teaching them to build. You're teaching them the reality is made of squares. Remember, gold. Remember. So if you don't know, man, everybody know what happened to Emerald Gold. All praise, and it's justice time for Emerald Gold too. Emerald Gold justice time, man. But yeah, man. If you want to know what happened to Emerald Gold, being quite frankly, her grandmother, my baby mother's mother, which is my daughter's grandmother, xed out my firstborn. She xed out my child. And guess what she did it on Halloween, and she's a member of the Church of Yahweh. I should have never trusted my daughter with that heifer. I should have never trusted my daughter with that heifer. But being old, trying to get along and trying to go along and get along and be like, all right, nah, man, we can be friends, and let my daughter let my daughter and my baby mama in her presence. She went with the oopty wop moving on Halloween morning. She xed out my daughter and hit my daughter with a shot or something like that. And then with some matrix, with some brotherhood, sisterhood bull crap that they try to pull because they're like, we ran 300 tests and we couldn't find nothing wrong. We're gonna just label it a sudden infant. Okay. And right after that, that's when Ohio went to. Remember, right after that, y'all start seeing train wrecks. That's what the train wrecks was from, and it's been going and it's been on and popping ever since. And it's been on and popping ever since. And I burned down Hollywood because of that. Right. The reason why they did that because I unalived the Queen. Remember that? I remember when I unalived Queen Elizabeth. I unalived Queen Elizabeth with the spell. Ba 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 ba. Queen Elizabeth went off the board. They hit back. Boom. They hit back, and my baby mama's mama X'd out my daughter. You dig? And you know, and that's just the way, and that's just the way the cook, and that's just the way the cookie crumbled for me at that time. And so I went into a whole depression. I went to a whole depression. Uh, soothed my depression with eating and all kind of food. Ballooned to almost 300 pounds. Um, while still building the house of the great mother. Still, you know, the great mother still was with me. Everything was still with me. But you know, being too trusting, don't, man, listen, man. They say keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. Hell no, keep your enemies this far away. Keep your friends at arm's length. Keep your enemies that far away. You don't want your enemies close. You want your enemies far away. Why? Because if your enemy is far away, then they ain't got time to be worried about you. Because they worry about what they doing on their side of the world. Okay, put distance between you and your enemies. Right now, we in the era of prosperity and abundance. You don't need no enemy energy around you. You don't need no frenemy energy around you. You don't need nobody secretly hating on you or openly hating on you. If they openly hating on you, block them on all channels and delete them out your existence of your mind. Don't let them live rent free in your mind. If somebody's secretly hating on you, block them, man. Grow you some kahunas, grow you some testicles, and have a spiritual block party. And anybody who isn't adding to your growth in life, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, guess what? You need to block them out the phone. You need to block them out the phone and and do yourself a favor and get rid of all of that dead weight. For the time is at hand and the goddess is upon us. The reality is made of squares. The creativity must follow rigid geometry. The imagination belongs inside of the cube. Even the popular Jack in the Box toy shows a figure trapped inside of a cube, popping out only when the crank ritual mechanism is turned. This is Saturnian soul programming. Number 3, classrooms, square desks, boxed in minds. Now move from play to education. Schools are rectangular rooms filled with square desks, set in square rows, facing square chalkboards. Inside of square buildings on a gridded map, children are told to stay inside the lines, sit in your seat, raise your hand, don't color outside the box. This isn't education, it's cube domestication. Even report cards come in, letter grades symbolically ranking, square pieces of paper sealed in envelopes, ritual presentation. By the time you're an adult, you've internalized the cube. You think it's inside. What? You think it's inside of it. You live inside of it. No, you speak its language. You don't live inside of it, you speak its language. That was 48. Homes are domestic cubes of obedience. Your house is a cube. Your rooms are squares. Your TV is a square. Your bed is a rectangle. Your doors are rectangles. Even your window to the world is a screen, a glowing rectangle. This is not architecture. It's containment in comfort form. You are meant to stay inside, sit inside, sleep inside, think inside, even meditation rooms, unless you're consciously overriding it, often reinforce this geometry of stillness inside confinement. The fifth, look at the city grid. I don't want, hold on, I'm going past. I'm going past. Let me get 88. Let me get 88. Let me run 88 on you real quick, boy. Let me run 88 on you real quick. Run 88 on you real quick. Okay? The casino is not a place of luck. It's a temple of ritualized chaos, built entirely on Saturnian principles of number, cube, and fate. The dice equals 2 black cubes of 6 faces. 6 plus 6 equals 12, equals the zodiac. Chips equals colored tokens of fake value, currency simulation. Slots equal digital wheels of karma. Roulette equals Saturn's circle of death. The number 1 through 36 adds up to 666. People think they're playing, but they're repeating the karmic gamble of reincarnation, hoping this life will win. You don't win in Saturn's casino. You roll the dice and return to the start. 5, the dice ritual, the cube code of fate. To roll dice is to surrender to chance. Invoke chaos inside a bounded cube. Trust that your outcome is dictated by unseen forces. The numbers on the cube are sacred. The 1 and 6, the 2 and 5, the 3 and 4. Right? This is all zodiac. Remember that. This is all zodiac. Each pair adds up to 7, the number of the matrix cycle. But more importantly, each roll is a microcosmic ritual of karmic lottery. It says, I surrender my outcome to the cube. Saturn loves this because you're declaring, let the system choose for me. 6 number pairs, the cosmic combos of control. Each number pair Saturn uses as the esoteric counterpart. Let's break down the most powerful. 4 and 10, the house of Cancer and the house of Capricorn. Remember, this is why the New World Order, the zodiac has changed, right? Emotion versus discipline, home versus empire, mother versus father, matrix versus polarity. These are the 2 pillars of Freemasonry. Boaz, y'all already know. Y'all already know. 6 and 8, the material pair. 7 and 11, the illusion of luck and vision. 9 and 5, chaos and will. Man, that's why they got you going to 9 and 5. Ooh. Numerology is Saturn's script. Don't have me going into the Black Cube Codex or the Great Black Mama of Creation book. Where you want me to go, man? Debate who? Debate what? Debate how? Debate what? Go get it. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Nobles. It's on Lulu. It's on chakradoctor.xyz. Hold on, wait a minute. Don't I got, wait, oh, I ain't got my Black Cube code. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't, next time I'm gonna have it. Next time I'm gonna have my Black Cube Codex commercial, man. My commercial up here, man. Yeah, man, Black Cube Codex, man. I wrote, took me 61 months. Took me 61 months to write that book. Took me 61 months to write that book, man. So yeah, I know all about Saturn. I believe that the Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine is the top authority on all things and the expert authority on who, what, when, where, how, and why about Saturn, about Set, about Kronos, about Yahweh, about good old Satan. Yeah, we know all about that. We know all about that trickster right there, buddy. All praise be to the God. There's something greater than that trickster right there. Got y'all believing. Got y'all believing that bull crap. Got y'all believing that bull crap. All right. So, nah, man, we gonna get to the spaces where everything is healing and everything is revealing, man. Everything is healing, everything is revealing. And last time I checked, bro, we'll talk at a later time, man. But if y'all have any questions, cares, or concerns, right now is the time to get into the questions, cares, and concerns. If you have any things that you want to speak on, or you want me to talk or want me to answer right now before I get off, make sure follow the banner up there. You see it right there. All praises be to Goddess. All praises be to Goddess. Donate to the Goddess today at the GGHMOAD. You already see the levels. Donate to the Goddess, man, and watch how your life turn up. This ain't that old. Nah, man. Donate to the Goddess and watch your life turn up. Watch your life turn up, man. She don't play no games. And she campaigning right now. And she campaigning right now. She campaigning right now. She does somebody to give her some tithes and offerings, and watch how she bless them. Huh? See, that's what the God is out here. Shaluga out here. She's trying to gain her some patrons. She's trying to show everybody that, hey, wait a minute. There are great things to be had when you are friends with the goddess, when you are serving the flow of the goddess, when you are an asset and not a liability to the goddess. Man, the great goddess, the great mother, the great spirit, the great Neith, the weaver of time and fate. Remember this, man. She is the weaver of time and fate way before Saturn, way before Kronos, way before Set, way before any male was the only male that knew time before Neith was Ra. And Ra's the great grand holy father. He kicking it with the great mother. He been earned his stripes. He kicking it with the great mother. Ra kicking it with the great mother. He been earned his stripes. You feel me? Ra ain't got a man. One thing for certain and two things for sure: the great grand holy mother of all divine and the goddess flow and Mother Nature and the goddess neat. Ben chose Ra as the champion. So this is why Ra is in control of the solar system. Come on, man. Who controls the solar system? Ra. Y'all like to call it the sun. And y'all like to say, oh, there's a God that is greater than the sun, when the sun is literally omnipotent right in front of your face, because you see all of the stars in the sky, and every star is its own sun. So you see the omnipotence, the omnipresence, the omnipotence of Ra in the sky right there. The central suns that keep the galaxy spinning, that are completely entrenched and filled with black holes. Y'all don't even understand how the white holes go yet. Literally, bro. This is all universal, multiversal, ultraversal technology that we have been tricked out of, and our time has been stolen on the rat wheel, on the hamster wheel, on these different wheels. These what? Wheels of what? Wheels of time. You got to go into your job and you got to clock in. Take the C off a clock, and I got locked. It's going to lock you in time. And then you clock out, and then you get a receipt called a promissory note for your time. And then you take that same time and go spend it with the same institutions and the same government and the same powers that had you on a hamster wheel making it in the first place. So they got you on a hamster wheel, stealing your time. And then they take and steal your time because you go spend the same time that they gave you on the hamster wheel, you go spend it right back with them. Not I said Bastet, the cat. Not I said Sekhmet, the lioness. Come on, man. It's the lioness that run the pride. It's the lion protects, the pride serves, maintains, sustains, but the lioness provides. She is the ultimate provision. Mother Nature is the ultimate provision. All you gotta do is put it in the ground and have some patience, and she gonna give you something to eat. All you gotta do is put it in the ground, have some patience, and she gonna give you something to eat. She gonna give you something to drink. She gonna give you something that's healthy. She gonna make sure your body has longevity. She's gonna make sure that you rise to your highest in what you see in yourself. But you gotta make that dedication. You gotta put that, you gotta put them boots to the ground. And you gotta understand that you are God, and the source of God is the sacred feminine. The source of God is the goddess. The source of God is the great grand holy mother. Point blank, period, bro. So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.